What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Films by Color and to the 63rd episode of the Physical Media Rundown here on the channel, our live show that we do every week on Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about all the new Blu-rays and 4K releases that are coming out this week, and we've got another smaller week. I feel like I've been saying that a lot this week, but I don't know. I don't know what the studios are doing. They need to get with it. Actually, it's probably a good thing because the end of last year was crazy for box sets and all kinds of new releases. So it's probably great that we're having a break. But it's another shorter week, which just means that we have got some time to chat about movies, which I always enjoy. It's a great way to start the week. Hope I sound great. Let me know how it sounds. It should be okay, but I usually like to do a sound check before I start tonight, but I had no time to do that because I was recording right up to the wire. Downstairs, I was shooting a home theater tour for you guys because people keep asking for it, and I keep forgetting to do it, but it's finally done, and I'll get that edited and up for you guys in just a bit. Let me actually make sure my second screen is showing. Let me see. Let's pop over to the second screen. New releases. Oh, it is. Okay, it's already there. Good, because I did not set that up beforehand. Thank you, OBS, I was just about to thank you, OBS, and then you ruined it. You played my outro right across my face. Sorry about that, guys, if that was loud. But anyway, we're all good. Everything's set up. Let's see who's here in the chat this evening. Sorry, my desk is a mess. I've got a bunch of stuff. I got a box here of a very special out-of-print item that I have wanted for a while. I finally found. So if we have a lull tonight, if we need some extra time, I might end up opening that up live, do a little live unboxing for you guys. Let's see who's here. We've got Dan's Den here. We've got Tracy in the house. Kyle Hartman is here. Mark's Movie Menu is here. Internet Users here. Dwayne The Rock Hudson. Everybody's saying hello, which is nice. I love to see the camaraderie here in the chat. Your friend Mr. Jones is here. Michael Smith in here, as always. Your friend Mr. Jones again. Prism Collector Corner. Look at this. We have another collector and collector corner. I like that. Robert Rogers is here. Rich Merrick is here. Carrie Witt. Everyone's here. I got John Jeffrey, my two moderators here in the chat. Welcome, guys. Let's see what we're going to talk about this evening. I titled this one like re-releases and second chances or something like that because there's a lot of stuff coming back into print or re-released in a different format that we're going to talk about this evening. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's see what's happening over on Blu-ray.com. Here's my second screen. Hopefully you can still hear me. Yes, my sound is coming through. First thing we got to talk about is Criterion. Thief 4K coming out this week. Remember when this was announced a few months ago? Jeffrey, thank you for falling on your sword for us. He picked this up in November when he came down to visit, and we did a little in-store hunting video, and he found the Criterion of this on Blu-ray. And of course, right after he bought it, we get the 4K announcement. Here it is. Michael Mann film. Heard great things about it. Haven't seen this one yet. I know I finally need to get around to it. This might be my excuse to pick it up, that there's a 4K coming out. HDR, Dolby Vision, HDR10, all the standard stuff that comes out on a 4K from Criterion. It's also a Blu-ray combo pack because that's how they've been doing it lately. They've been doing Blu-ray 4K combo packs for pretty much everything. But there you go. Look at that. Blu-ray.com giving it a 5 out of 5 on video and audio quality. So apparently it's pretty good according to them. But that's it. Thief 4K, and they're also going to probably re-release I guess they don't need to because it's already been on Blu-ray. Then we've got a Kino Lorber 4K coming out right here. 4K Blu-ray combo pack from 1996. This is Daylight on 4K. There's the slipcover. Hold Your Breath. Way bigger than the title. Stallone in Daylight. Look at this. What's going on here? I got to look a little closer into this one. This is a thriller, if you couldn't tell by that tagline. It's a thriller from 1996. Short description, so we'll go ahead and read it. Disaster in a New York tunnel as explosions collapse both ends of it. One hero tries to help the people inside find their way to safety. And that hero is Sylvester Stallone, directed by Rob Cohen. 1996. I was 4 when this film came out, so I did not catch this one in the theater. It's PG-13, though. It's not R-rated. But there you go, Kino Lorber. Grab that on Amazon right now. I'll try to put links in the description, but no guarantee because I haven't done that yet. Maybe I'll do it after. And then we've got some Deaf Crocodile titles to talk about. which is always fun. I wish I had pulled them down. Actually, you can probably see behind me. Can you see behind me? Look at this. You see that? You see that giant stack of movies back there going all the way across? That is my entire Deaf Crocodile collection. I took them down today because I finally bought the last one I needed. I've completed my Deaf Crocodile collection, all 34 titles, I think it is. So I'll be doing a video about that very soon. That one's not here yet. It's coming in the mail this week, so I'll do a video about that. But yeah, I've got them all pulled down back there. But this one is called The Golden Fern, which is a great movie. I watched this a couple weeks ago, did a review of it. You can check it out on the channel. And I cannot tell from Blu-ray.com if this is, I'm assuming this is a re-release in just the standard packaging without the limited edition packaging. But on here, they're showing the limited edition. So you can see they're showing the box. So I don't know if this is just another shipment in of this version. I'm assuming, though, that it is just the standard version released in the Skinavo case, which has this artwork on it. I don't know if this is a flub on Blu-ray.com or if this is actually just another shipment of the original. But either way, if you want to pick up this movie, I highly recommend it. It is a Czech film, Czech dark fairy tale film directed by Jiří Weiss, and it is wonderful. I liked it quite a bit. Probably one of my favorites of Deaf Crocodile's releases that they've released in the last couple months. This and The Outcasts I liked quite a bit. It's from 1963. I'll read their description. Czech fairy tale about a shepherd who finds a golden fern with magical powers. He can ensure his continued happiness if he does the right thing, but will he? That's a little bit of a weird description. That's not how I would describe it. Go watch my review. I think I did a better job of describing what happens in it. But it's great. I highly recommend it. It's not the best transfer. It's just a Blu-ray. It's not cleaned up, but the film itself is wonderful, and I highly recommend having it on disc. That's available on Amazon as well. You can get it on Deaf Crocodile's site. You can get it on Amazon, or you can get it on Diabolic, which is their distributor. And we're going to talk about a couple more here because there's a few more down here getting re-releases. I just mentioned The Outcasts. That's one of them. And then we've also got two other ones. But we'll do one more here, and then I'll talk to you guys in the chat. We've got Trick or Treat, not that Trick or Treat, a different Trick or Treat, getting a 4K Ultra HD from Synapse Films. And this is another one that I feel like already came out a couple weeks back. But here it is again. I don't know if this is a re-release or if it got pushed back. I don't know exactly what happened. I'm not keeping up with Synapse Films. But this is a crazy film, a music film, a horror, teen thriller, supernatural. It's everything. It's rocker Sammy Kerr is brought back from the grave when a teenage heavy metal fan plays his record backwards. That is just about the most 80s thing I've ever heard. Look at this cover. Speaking of 80s things, look at that. Look at that. I actually kind of like the artwork with the little jack-o'-lantern face behind him right there. Sammy Kerr, his fans won't let him die. He won't let them live. So it's a slasher villain. That's a heavy metal rocker. Trick or Treat. Is it a good 4K to watch around Halloween season? I don't know. I haven't seen it, but let me know what you guys think in the chat. It's only $30 on Amazon right now, and it's a nice big box. Where's the overview image? That's I can't find out which image I use for there it is. Look at that nice thick box. It looks like maybe it's just a slipcover. You can never really tell from these images. I like the labels that do a better job of showing exactly what it looks like with an overview image. But anyway, that's enough for right now. Let's jump back and see what people are saying in the chat. I talked about a lot of big ones there, so let's see what people are saying. Let's go back to Thief, because I know a lot of people want to talk about that one. Let's see. I'll jump in right here. Internet user, the long-awaited theater room tour. Yes, it's finally shot. It's finally coming. That'll be up soon. I have to get it out finally. I did the shelf tour last week and got a lot of great comments on that. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciated your comments on that one. Tracy just received Criterion David Lean directs Noel Coward box set on Blu-ray. Awesome. I've heard great things about that box set. I don't have that one, but I'm glad you're able to get your hands on one. Why So BlueTube is in the house. Billy says, sup, love the room tour vid. Hey, if this is your first stream, welcome. I'm glad you found that video. Really enjoyed making that one. I would like to do a more detailed one at some point. Somebody in the comments was like, you got to do one where you go through every single movie. And I was like, that would take forever, first of all. And second of all, I am not happy with the collection right now. I need to get it trimmed down to where I like it first before I feel comfortable doing like a full everything video, because that would take a long time. And there's a lot of stuff back there that I don't really even need anymore. So once I curate it down, get it a little cleaned up this year. Maybe I will do that at some point. Michael Smith, all right, I'll be that guy. What's in the box? You might see. You might see if we need some filler in this episode. I might open it up. Mark says, I've been planning on getting Michael Mann's Thief in Criterion's July sale. Well, good, because it's right around the corner. We just got a couple months, and that sale will be upon us, and I can't wait. I still got a Barnes & Noble gift card from Christmas, so I'm going to go a little crazy. Overseer, when is the next Criterion sale? I don't know. It's usually last week. Like, it usually is the last week of February, first week of March. Criterion usually does a 50% off site-wide sale, a flash sale, as they call it, and it hasn't happened yet. So I guess hopefully in the next couple weeks they'll have one. If you're talking about the next Barnes & Noble sale, that always happens in July and November. So look forward to July. But there's usually a February-March sale on Criterion's website. So, I mean, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we get one in just a couple weeks here. Dan Sten says, Thief up there with Citizen Kane as one of the greatest theatrical debuts. You know what's another great debut that I've never heard anyone talk about, but Sweet Charity. Grace and I just watched Sweet Charity this weekend, directed by Bob Fosse. Is that how I never know how to say his last name. I think it's Fosse. Is it just Fosse? I'm not sure. Bob Fosse only directed like 4 films, and they're all, I haven't seen his 4th one, but all of his musicals are some of the best musicals of all time. And I always hear about Cabaret and all that jazz, but I never hear about Sweet Charity. And it's amazing too. And it's his debut feature. I don't know how he was able to accomplish that in his first film, but it is wonderful. We had such a good time watching that over the weekend. And another debut feature. That's great. Carrie Witt says Thief is awesome. 5 out of 5. Indeed, man's second masterpiece. Ooh, Daylight. Part of that 90s disaster revival run. It's watchable, says Dan's Den. Wow. The best he could say is it's watchable. Michael Smith, Mr. Jones, DJ is the benevolent dictator. Whoa. I need to proofread these. And he said he would think about for the name of this cult. I am not a dictator, and I am not a cult leader, and this is not a cult. But I would like to get a little name for you guys. I know some people were throwing some names out last week. I don't know. Is that weird? Why so Bluetooth? The tunnel explosion in Daylight is worthy of admission alone. Oh, so it's a good special effect. That's cool. That's good to know. Jeffrey says, I still haven't watched Thief, but might boost it to next up on the watch list to hear that score from Tangerine Dream. All right, I'm going to stop right there. You guys are getting me off track, but let me go back over here and do a couple more new releases, and then we'll get back into it. We got a lot of time. We got some time, so I'll talk to you guys a lot tonight. So keep those comments coming. Best Defense from 1984 from Kino Lorber. Kino Lorber, every single week, you can count on Kino Lorber to bring some new stuff. This has got a slipcover as well. Best Defense, we've got a little schematic here of a man in a tank, and we've got a guy with a T-square behind him. Is this some kind of, what the heck is this, an architect? Strategic guest star Eddie Murphy, starring Dudley Moore. Best Defense. Unfortunately, they're both on our side. So comedy. We've got a comedy here, a war comedy, for $20 on Amazon right now, $10 off. That is from 1984. I have not heard of that Eddie Murphy performance. It sounds like it's just a cameo from Eddie Murphy. Maybe not. Maybe he's in a lot of it. I don't know. But there it is. It's a fine cover. It looks like the original poster. Kino Lorber not always, but a lot of time just goes with the original poster. Just get a little bare bones release from them with a couple supplements, but nothing to write home about unless you really, really like Best Defense. That's coming out. We've also got Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter, which is a great title. I love the alliteration. 4K Blu-ray combo pack, limited to 1,500 copies from TerrorVision. Man, I wish TerrorVision put out more movies that look like something I would like, because they're putting out great stuff. I really like the one release I bought from them. I've thought about reaching out to them before, but I don't want to be that person that just gets review copies just to show you guys and doesn't actually watch and review them. And I don't know if I would like a lot of TerrorVision's releases. I like to try to watch stuff that I get sent to me. So I'm going to hold off for now and just pick up the ones that I really like from them. But here it is, Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter. It looks like a great cover. They just, I think this is the same one who did the Rumpelstiltskin box set. So it looks like they're full on in the hard slipbox territory with their releases now. Deluxe edition, limited to 1,250 copies. You've got perfect bound booklet. You've got Blu-rays. You got 4Ks. You got postcards, two-sided poster, everything. All the standard slipcover. Just everything. Arrow Video has kind of set the standard for what these limited editions look like, and now everybody is kind of doing the same thing. It's about a young newspaper reporter who becomes a horrible, crusty-faced zombie following a radioactive contamination. So I feel like I could have got all that just from the title of the film, but there's a synopsis if that helped at all. Then we've got Samurai Fiction from 1998 coming out from Media Blasters. Media Blasters putting out Samurai Fiction on Blu-ray. 1998, a good year for film. A lot of great stuff came out in 1998. Is that when A Simple Plan came out? I think that's when A Simple Plan came out. Watched that recently. Great winter movie. Great 4K transfer. A film by Hirokui Nakano. Don't know why I tried to say that because I have no idea how to say it. But that is a adventure action comedy from Japan. Very cool. Interesting. 1998. Not familiar with the director, not familiar with the label at all. Let's click in here, see what else Media Blasters has put out. Looks like a lot of anime stuff, a lot of Japanese stuff. Must be a Japanese company. Let me know if you're familiar with Media Blasters. Maybe that's what I'll call you guys, my Media Blasters. We've got Wildcat. This is something I'm actually really interested in. This was shot, I believe, in Georgia, was it not? Flannery O'Connor is a famous author from Georgia, I believe. I remember I did a project in college on famous authors from this period. And I had like the big ones like Mark Twain and Edgar Allan Poe and the big heavy hitters. And I had not heard of Flannery O'Connor. And my teacher recommended that I get a female author on the list. And she recommended Flannery O'Connor. And I looked into her and she seems really cool. This is something I really wanted to watch last year, or was it 2023? Maybe it was 2 years ago already. Ethan Hawke directs this. His daughter, Maya Hawke, is the star as Flannery O'Connor. And I think it was shot here. They did, at the Plaza Theater, I think, they did a showing of this film with Ethan Hawke in the audience. And I think he did like a Q&A afterwards. I really wanted to go. I missed it. But this is coming out from Oscilloscope. Oscilloscope Labs is putting this out, and I really like their releases. Maybe I'll have to pick this one up. I like their releases quite a bit, and this is one I really wanted to see. Let me know if you've seen this one. It follows the life of writer Flannery O'Connor while she was struggling to publish her first novel. Lots of short synopses tonight, which I like, but it's a biopic about her, and I would really like to check that out. We've also got Trick or Treat, the standard edition from Synapse Films. So if you don't want the big chunky box, you can just get. I just accidentally favorited it. But there you go. You can just get the standard edition as well. Same disc, 4K discs in there as well. Let's talk to you guys over here because I'm starting to ramble. I'm going to sip a little water here to keep my voice from leaving me. All right, what's going on? What's going on in the chat? Let me scroll back up because I want to get as many of your comments as I can. Why so Bluetooth? Trick or Treat was one of the best releases on 4K from last year. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad it's back in print. The limited versions of Trick or Treat from Synapse sold out extremely fast. Okay, so it's like a second wave. Okay, so that's another one that fits into the theme for tonight. Oh, here we go. Prisms Collection Corner. Hey, films. Hey, a question as someone who has a family and picks up a lot of pricey 4K Blu-ray releases, how do you do it? Any tips for someone who wants to collect special editions and boutiques? Budget. Make sure you don't go over budget. Make sure you have it under control. These days, I limit myself to only money that I earn through this channel. I don't make any money on this channel. Everything that I make on this channel goes back into the channel by way of buying releases. And I get to watch those releases. So, I do get to enjoy that money. But I keep it there. That's my limit. That's an easy way to limit it. Like I don't spend any of our personal money on movies. I also had kind of a sweet deal because right when I started this channel, I was also working on another YouTube channel, and all of the money I spent on movies came from that other YouTube channel. So I never really it's been easy for me. I don't really spend personal money. Sometimes if we go to like a in-store hunting video with Grace and we were just going on like a lunch date or something, and we'll go to CD Warehouse or one of those secondhand stores and we'll just buy a couple things. So that sometimes does come out of our personal, but we haven't been doing that lately because we've been slowing down and I've been buying more boutique stuff like you said. So it helps to have just a side hustle that you can keep it all separate and don't, like you said, interfere with your family's money. So that's been helpful for me. And it's a good way to limit how much I can spend. Because once I use the money in my PayPal from YouTube, I have to stop. So that's a nice way to limit it. I would recommend getting some kind of freelance job or side hustle or starting a YouTube channel, because that's very helpful. Look how crooked my camera is. I just like threw it up here as I ran upstairs. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's a great question. And it's just budget, man. Just make sure you stick to a budget. Don't go crazy. It's easy to get caught up in FOMO and start buying things that you don't need or you can't get around to watching. So I'm trying to limit myself, but it's tough. It's always a challenge. Dwayne "The Rock" Hudson, I have Sweet Charity on the list for May. Good. Keep it there. Don't take it off the list because it's wonderful. Hopefully you have the Indicator Blu-ray set because it's an amazing set. That's what we have, and we watched it on that, and it looks so good. Let's see. Baloney, I'd love to see some box sets come out around tax rebate time too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what tax season's gonna look like for us, but yeah, maybe so. Maybe in April we'll get some good box sets released. Jeffrey Patron, things like Cinematograph can become hard to follow, and especially with those larger case releases, they can quickly take up space. Yeah, that's another problem. A lot of people don't like the big bulky sets. A lot of people do, but some people don't like the extra space that it takes up. Your friend Mr. Jones, Sweet Charity is a great musical remake of Fellini's Knights of Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I'll have to rewatch that. The Rhythm of Life number is an all-time banger. However, it is a little slow. Really? I don't agree. I had a wonderful time. I didn't think it was slow at all. Let's see what else people are saying. Oh, here we go. Best Defense is the Kino Lorbiest of Kino Lorber titles. Very fitting, says Carrie Witt. Sam Smith is popping in. Good to see you, buddy. Dan's Den, Best Defense is a turkey. They literally shot Eddie Murphy's scenes separately after test screenings, went over like a lead balloon. It's so misguided and unfunny. Oh man, that's a bummer. Your friend Mr. Jones, Best Defense has an interesting plot construction, but no. So 2 strikes against Best Defense. Not a lot of lovers of Best Defense in the chat. But we'll see. We'll see. Well, I won't see. I don't think I'm going to pick that one up. But let me know if there's any defenders of Best Defense. All right, let's get back to Deaf Crocodile. We got the Outcasts here. And see, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is just a standard re-release with just the Skenevo case here, because it does not have the slip box on this one. There's the back of the case. I've already shown this. I've already done a full video on this. Like I said, wonderful movie. I highly recommend it. And it's an Irish film, so it's perfect to watch in the month of March. 1982 fantasy, I don't know, light horror. It says horror here. It's like folk horror, but more emphasis on the folk, not much the horror. But it's really great. I liked it quite a bit. The Outcast getting a re-release here, so pick that one up. I think maybe the limited is still in print as well. Maybe check the site if you want that one. The Mysterious Castle in the Carpathians is getting another Blu-ray release. Same thing. They're re-releasing some of the ones that they were distributing through Vinegar Syndrome originally. Now they're distributing through Diabolic DVD, and they're re-releasing some of those earlier films with the new Skenevo kind of Criterion looking cases. So if you missed some of those and you want to pick those up, this is kind of like a Jules Verne adaptation, bizarre looking fantasy Czech film, which I haven't had a chance to watch yet, but I really want to. It's from 1981. And that has like a comedy bend to it. And the same thing, another comedy here, Kin Za Za, which is another one that just got re-released with the new packaging. And there it is. That is a Russian film, a Soviet film that is a sci-fi film. I think it's advertised as what if Tarkovsky directed an adaptation of, I can't even remember it. Douglas Adams' famous sci-fi novel that's totally escaping me right now. But you guys know what I'm talking about. It's a weird sci-fi comedy that's very slow-paced, like a Tarkovsky film. Very strange. Another one that I haven't had a chance to watch yet, but I really want to. All right, so that's all the Deaf Crocodile. No, there's 2 more. Look at this. Prague Nights, another Czech film, an anthology film from the Czech Republic. And it is also getting a re-release, one of the originals. And then we've also got Zero Grad, which I think is another Soviet film, if I'm right about that. Yes. Russian audio tracks. So there we go. We've got Zero Grad. Lots of Deaf Crocodile titles. If you missed them, if you don't like the big box sets, you want to go with the slimmer cases of those releases, you can check those out. Those are coming out this week. And Thank you, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. God, that was driving me crazy. But there we go. There's a few more Deaf Crocodile releases. We've also got Quaxer Fortune Has a Cousin in the Bronx, getting a Blu-ray release from VCI. Another real small label. Some of the smaller labels releasing stuff this month, which you love to see. You like to support those ones as well. No idea what this is. There's no genres listed for this one. Quaxer Fortune Has a Cousin in the Bronx. In Dublin, a working-class family has been unsuccessful in convincing their son to get a real job. The son prefers his job of scooping, up horses' dung and selling it for flower gardens. I mean, you do you. But that does not sound like a good time. An American exchange student almost runs him over and gets to know him. The dung man has ignored warnings from his family, and suddenly the horses have been banned from Dublin. His new love is leaving for America, and he must find a way to cope with the new reality. Of all the short synopses tonight, we get the longest one, and it's about a dung collector named Quaxer. That sounds amazing. And it's an Irish film, so another one you should watch in March. Haven't seen it, but I highly recommend it. We've got Two-Way Stretch from 1960 getting a Kino Lorber Blu-ray only release. Here we go. Peter Sellers, another comedy here, starring Peter Sellers, directed by Robert Day. Little comedy crime caper. I love that art. I love the 60s artwork style. Look at that. Looks very similar to like the Pink Panther, and it's Peter Sellers. Looks great. Don't know anything about it, but that's a 1960s comedy. Hopefully that one's faring better than Best Defense, which is getting raked over the coals in the live chat. Let's see what you guys are saying, because that was quite a few releases there. I know I breezed past the Deaf Crocodile ones, but it's only because we've already talked about them all here on the channel before, and because I'm going to be doing a Deaf Crocodile video soon covering all of those ones. Let's see what people are saying. Let's see what people are saying here. Scroll back up. I'm going to scroll back up. Oh, this is a great question. Follow-up from Prisms. How do you earn a lot doing YouTube? You don't. You don't earn a lot because this is a very, very small niche. You can maybe, like at my size, you can maybe look forward to like $100, $200 a month. Maybe, like if you're lucky. Actually, like maybe like 300, 400 if it's a big, huge month. Like if it's during the Criterion months, like those are our biggest month, is like November and July. Maybe more stuff comes through in those months, but most of the time it is. Someone did a great video on this recently. He's around my size. I wish I could remember his name. Another physical media YouTuber. But yeah, you're never gonna get rich doing this kind of stuff. This is a very small niche, and I don't recommend trying to make a lot of money here. But if I can get a couple $100 coming in and just, buy a couple extra box sets, that's good. If I can keep the channel going a little bit. But yeah, you're not gonna get, 10, 20, 30. I've never even had a video that got like, I think 10,000 is the highest I've ever, and that was one. Like, I don't even have any videos that like got caught in the algorithm and got big. Usually people have like that one video that gets caught. I'm still hoping. I'm still hoping for that one video. I've been building very slowly. So I don't think you should ask me for YouTube advice, because I am not the one to talk to about that. Eva Wax, now that the awards season is over, I'm going to catch up on my Letterboxd watch list, especially on Criterion Channel. Hey, good. I like that streaming service. It's the only one I have, and I support people using it. Roland666, Criterion reached out to Apple to release Killers of the Flower Moon, and Apple passed and said they have no plans to release it on disc. Well, that sucks. Come on, Apple. That's ridiculous. Criterion would be a perfect label to release Killers of the Flower Moon, and I'd buy it. I liked it quite a bit. That was a good movie that year. Roland also says, I guess we won't be getting The Tragedy of Macbeth anytime soon either. That would be another great one. That Coen brother movie, not Coen Brothers. That was Netflix, right? Was that Netflix or was that Apple? I can't remember who made that, but it was another streaming movie that has no physical copy. Your friend, Mr. Jones, I do like Sweet Charity quite a bit, and hoping my 4K will play the indicator set. If you got the Panasonic UB820 and you know the little button trick, it should play for you. That's what happened for me. It worked out great. Let's see what else is coming up here in the chat. Evil Wax, That Mysterious Castle and the Carpathians and Keen Zadzar are both on Canopy, free with a library card. Oh, sweet. Well, there you go. Check them out on there first before you buy, if you want to make sure you like them. Oh, and the chat jumps up and leaves me behind, as always. Let's see. Your friend, Carrie Witt, you had me at Dung Man, right? I mean, that's same. You had me at Goat Nuts a few months ago, which I finally got, by the way. You remember that documentary about about nut? It's called Nuts. I finally got my Vinson package. I opened it up in a video that'll be coming out soon. I've already shot it, but it's back there. It's back there, and I can't wait to watch it. That sounds about as interesting as Quaxer. Your friend Mr. Jones, Quaxer is a character-driven comedy with Gene Wilder and Margot Kidder. Oh wow! I didn't even read the cast. That's an amazing cast. If nothing else, Tracy, I have been studying a lot of classic film blind buys, trying to find a hidden gem, but I need to stop because it is getting way too preachy expensive. I don't think that's what they meant to write, but I'm going to start saying that. Preachy expensive is a great phrase. Yeah. Wait, what do you mean they're expensive? Why would classic films be more expensive? Are you buying like big, giant box set versions of them or something? Because there's a ton of classics in Criterion that you can get, for $20 on the sale. So I would recommend hitting up Barnes & Noble in July and just grabbing a couple of those for $20. Dan Sten, Quaxer Fortune is like one of only 20 or so movies that Gene Wilder did. Good. I'm glad he was doing what he loved. He seemed to be super picky about projects. So I'm glad that Quaxer made it on the list. Warbreyer. What a great name. Warbreyer. I'm looking forward to the is that related to like Brer Rabbit? Which I have a book of over here on the side of me. I went to Half Price Books this weekend and found some really great East. You guys pick up books? Anybody here pick up the like leather-bound books? Look at these. I love these. These are Easton Press. These are like ridiculous. Like if you buy these from Easton, they're like $160, $170. I don't got money for that. But if you go to Half Price Books, they have these for like $20, $30. And I got 2 of them this weekend. This is Tales of Hoffman, which I had to get because we watched the movie last year in Musical May, and it's one of the best musicals I've ever seen. It's incredible. Powell and Pressburger film. Tales of Hoffman. Beautiful book. And then I also, like I just mentioned, got the Uncle Remus one right there. $20 and $30 for these insane books. I don't talk about that on the channel. We do collect books here too, but I don't mention that because you guys don't care about books. You just want to hear about movies. But I did get a couple other really cool books. I finally spent my Christmas money at Half Price Books and got some really cool stuff this weekend. Let's see. Ethan Edwards, Jake and Logan Paul drive Bugattis from YouTube. Maybe you need to box Mike Tyson. Well, I would have to already be a millionaire to get away with boxing Mike Tyson, so that's never going to happen. Robert Francis, anyone here know anything about 90s SOV horror? I'm doing a research presentation on the subject, and I'm looking for interesting things to talk about. Oh, awesome. I hope you get some good feedback in the chat. Thanks for popping in the stream. I didn't even realize that. Henry says, DJ is at 6.66 thousand subscribers. Well, hopefully we can stay there. See if anything fun happens. Nobody subscribed for a little bit. As soon as 10 more people subscribe, that's not going to be there anymore. Robert Rogers, every time I see your friend Mr. Jones in the chat, I think about My Best Friend, which is a great documentary about the tortured relationship between director Werner Herzog and actor Klaus Kinski. Oh, wow. Well, I hope that's a good thought that he inspires in you every time you see him. Hope it's a good documentary. I haven't seen it. Kino Lorber has a nice Sweet Charity Blu-ray as well, says SLC. Sean, thank you so much, by the way. I haven't responded to your comment yet, but Sean told me recently that he just sent me a few more Warner Archive collection Blu-rays for my Amazon wish list to me. So haven't got them yet, Sean, but as soon as I do, I'll shoot a little short. Thanking you for that. Really appreciate it. Jeffrey says the Nuts Doctor guy has a weird connection to radio history. Fascinating story. I can't wait to watch it. John's going to come over. We're going to watch a super weird documentary about goat testicles and a creepy doctor from 1937 who implanted them in human men and apparently was able to cure impotence with that crazy science experiment. I'll believe it when I see it, but we'll see. We'll watch that soon. It's really short, so we should be able to pop it in soon. Haven't seen John since the Oscar party. He hasn't been back. We've been having trouble lining up our schedules, and also my son got sick this week with the flu, so we'll see if that takes me out as well. We've got The Killer Is Not Alone from 1975 coming out from Mondo Macabro. The Killer Is Not Alone. Look at that. Great cover art, if nothing else. Not crazy about the logo, but 1975. Look at that. A horror thriller film, a Spanish horror thriller film, which seems like a good time. We've also got, what else is coming out this week? Cry, the Beloved Country, coming out on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber, 1951 straight-up drama film. Look at this. Oh, it's starring Sidney Poitier. Interesting. Based on the novel by Alan Patton. So this is just a straight-up drama film. Great poster. Love the artwork on that. I'm going to go ahead and read the synopsis because I haven't heard about this. Set in a little village in the scorched valley of Ixapo, the story revolves around the family of Reverend Stephen Kumalo. The Reverend's son, Absalom, has disappeared, and his sister Gertrude is ill in Johannesburg. So many names in this synopsis. Kumalo leaves his poor village with his life savings in order to go to Johannesburg to try to persuade his sister and son to come home. But while there, he finds his son has been accused of the murder of the son of a farmer. As both fathers suffer, they slowly become friends. Well, that sounds great. That sounds like a great movie. I hadn't even heard of that one. Cry, the Beloved Country. Produced and directed by Zoltan Korda. Fascinating. That's why I love doing this show. We've learned about really obscure films that I haven't even heard of. Maybe you have. Maybe that's more popular than I'm giving it credit for. I haven't heard of it, though. We've got a few horror films here coming from Mondo Macabra. The Hungry Snake Woman, getting a Blu-ray release. Another one here called Eating Miss Campbell from Troma. I'm afraid to open this. Look at that. Yep, that's about what I thought it was. Nostalgia is Cancer. Coming right ahead with the themes on that one, not being subtle at all. And then another horror movie called 100 Tears. Close your eyes if you're one of those people that are scared of clowns. This is the extended director's cut of 100 Tears from Unearthed Films. Look at this. Everyone loathes a clown. He's got a humongous meat cleaver in his hand. I'm just talking for the people who have closed their eyes. Extended director's cut, Unearthed Films. He's a clown, black and white clown with a ton of blood all over him and a huge meat cleaver. Look at that. Sorry, Grace. She's terrified of clowns. 2007 horror film. Two journalists are on the trail of a demented serial killer who may be much closer than they think. So serial killer clown, you know the drill. Lots of those around. That one looks different than any of the other ones I've seen. Is that good? Is that a good movie? I have not heard of that. One more here that I wanted to mention, another re-release. I think this went out of print and maybe is coming back into print, or if not out of print, just unavailable and back with another shipment. This is the Inside the Mind of Coffin Joe Blu-ray box set, which we talked about last year. Huge box set. I've heard great things about this, and it's back in print. It's only, $84? And I actually think it's cheaper on Orbit or Diabolic. One of those sites I was looking at today has it for like 75, something like that, 74. So not bad for how many films are in here. There's 11 movies in here, and it's a beautiful like hardcover box set from Arrow with like a top lid that comes off and everything. I've been jealous of it. I just don't know if I'm going to like the films, so I've held off. But if you did pick this up, let me know if I should go back and pick this one up. It's not bad. It's expensive, but for the amount of movies you get in there, it seems like it's a pretty good deal. So another one that's back in print, not a 4K, just a Blu-ray box set, but I think those are very low budget films, so it probably makes sense just to do a Blu-ray. We got a couple indie films down here from Magnolia Pictures. Joyride getting a Blu-ray release, a 2022 drama film, and then we've also got Ernest Cole, Lost and Found, a 2024 documentary, also coming out from Magnolia Pictures, and then Deliver Us from 2023 from, again, Magnolia Pictures getting a Blu-ray release. That's a horror film. Looks like a religious horror film. It's got a cross there. A virgin will give birth to heaven and hell. So Magnolia Pictures putting out some recent films from just the last couple years. And that's everything we've got to talk about this week. All over the place, all over the map. We got a bunch of boutique stuff coming out. Oscilloscope, which we don't normally talk about. Dave Crocodile popping up. Kino Lorber and Criterion, the old faithfuls coming in as always. And some horror stuff from some smaller horror labels this week. So a pretty good week. 40 minutes in, we'll talk for a few more minutes here. Throw some questions at me, throw some comments at me. We've been having some good back and forth tonight, so we'll keep going while we have the time. I'll take another sip of my water and we can see what's going on. What did I do? Let me scroll back up a little bit. I'm with you. Ethan says, I buy books about movies. Yeah, pretty much. But I do like to buy the classics. We do have a little bit of a library here in the house. Baloney, hey DJ, do you have any classic flicks titles in your library? I only have one, and I found it at a Half Price Books recently. It's right up there. It's called Obsessed. I really want to get the Your Friend John. What is it? Now I'm saying Your Friend. It's Meet John Doe is what it's called. And I completely missed it when it was in print. I think it might be out of print now, maybe not. But they just did a Meet John, which is a Capra film. And I really want to get that, but I don't know if it's still in print. But that's a classic flicks title. They're very small. I think they make things like print on demand, actually. So I don't have any of those, actually, except for that one that I found in a Half Price Books. Prisms again. Also, I want a thanks for all the great questions tonight, Prisms. Boutique label that focuses on lost cuts of films. Magnificent Ambersons. I know a lot of the footage is lost, but imagine a label that just looked for cut footage. Well, yeah. I think there are several labels that are trying to do that. They just have their niches that they're in. I know Criterion put out Magnificent Ambersons, but of course that footage is still lost. But yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Deaf Crocodile just put out a film that was lost up until like 2 years ago. Blaxploitation film, right back there, called Solomon King, which I'm excited to watch. Haven't checked that one out yet, but yeah, they're finding films, just not as quickly as we would like. Bailey Walsh, I don't have any Easton Press books, not leather like EP, but I do have a few Folio Society. Folio Society also great. I love theirs. They're more of like cloth bound books, but they're really nice. And they're also really expensive. I would love to get some of those, but I can't afford them either. Well over $100 for a book, which I can't justify, but maybe someday. Maybe someday when I'm boxing other YouTubers. Collector Movie Man, hey, Films by Color, I finally got Friends on 4K. I think it looks amazing, and there's nothing I'm picking up this week, but next week I have 4 items coming. Oh, sweet. Well, congrats. Glad the pre-orders are going well. I have not bought Friends on 4K. I don't know if I will, but I don't think I'm picking up anything this week. Maybe Wildcat. I think I probably should buy Wildcat at some point. I like Oscilloscope, but I don't have as many of their titles as I would like. Oh my, what? Oh, what a revelation. Robert Rogers, DJ, you keep saying friend when it's fiend, LOL. Oh man, it's your fiend, Mr. Jones. So it's my fault. I'm the one that's been reminding you of the wrong documentary. It's your fiend, Mr. Jones. What? Sorry, man. Why didn't you correct me? I've been saying your name wrong this whole time. Thank you, Robert. Your fiend, Mr. Jones. Wow. I have no excuse for that one. Let's see. Roland, a bunch of WB DVDs are getting disc rot now. 4K Kings did a video on it. Oh, sweet. I'm not familiar with that channel. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for the heads up. I only have a couple WB DVDs that don't have Blu-rays. Around the World in 80 Days is one of them. Where is the Blu-ray for that movie? That's ridiculous. Dan's Den, The Beloved Country has been adapted a few times. There was a version in the 90s with James Earl Jones and Richard Harris. Dan's Den, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you pop up. Do you just have ChatGPT like open while we do the show and you're just talking to him the whole time? How are you coming up with these tidbits? Collector Movie Man, next week I'm getting The Last of Us Steelbook and Arrow Video Deep Blue Sea 4K. Yeah, we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about next week. I think it's, oh yeah, a much bigger week next week. Some big Criterion releases and a lot of other stuff from other boutique labels. Arrow, Indicator, yeah. We'll have a lot of stuff to talk about next week. Thanks for the sneak peek there. Carrie Witt, oh, I lost it. Bye, Carrie Witt's question. The chat just booted you way up to the top. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here he says, Carrie Witt, so you're saying Grace was first in line for Terrifier? No. Grace wouldn't even look at the poster for Terrifier. Internet user, the Criterion announcements for June should be late this week or early next week. That's right, because it's happening on a weekend again, or a Friday or something. Last time we thought they were going to do it on a Monday. They ended up doing it on a Friday. We had to get John over here like quickly, and it was a whole mess. Hopefully they do it on Monday this year. And then maybe John will be here for the stream. Why So Bluetooth Merry-Go-Round from Flickr Alley is up for pre-order at Orbit. Von Stroheim directed some of it before getting fired. Yes, Flicker Alley's doing some great stuff lately. I saw that. I really want to get that Stroheim film. I also really want to get King of Kings. Did you guys see that? King of Kings is getting a Blu-ray release from Flicker Alley, which has been out of print in the Criterion Collection forever, since the DVD days. And I don't know if they're ever going to get the rights back. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Flicker Alley version of King of Kings, coming out in April. Perfect for Easter season. Looks like a really, really nice release. There's a ton of special features on it. I got really excited about that. Someone posted that in one of the groups I'm in, and I was like, holy, that was amazing. So excited about that. Now we just need Nanook of the North. If we can get Nanook of the North, which has been out of print in Criterion forever, hopefully Flicker Alley can do a Blu-ray of that. I don't know where the rights are for that movie, but that's another one I want to get. Was really looking forward to getting it before we did that winter video, but it did not happen. Alas. Evil Wax, this is not related to the movies that are released today, but I just watched Strange Darling. Horror movie, but pretty creative. Love the concept of it, but not sure they completely stuck the landing. Oh, interesting. Well, thanks for throwing. Yeah, anything movie related is fair game, guys. Go ahead and throw it in the chat. Oh man, I don't like how this looks like a tough question just from the beginning. Mark, if you were to have a movie night and invited a close friend that shared your passion for films, what film of yours would you want them to experience for the first time? Oh, I do this all the time. I show Grace films. I show John films. Show a lot of my friends stuff. So this is tough because I've shown. Interesting. What is the specifics here? It's a movie night. I've invited a close friend that shared my passion for films. What films of yours would you want them to experience for the first time? That's so vague, man. I don't know. There's a lot of movies. John is like an expert on cinema. He's here all the time. He's seen everything. You guys see him in the Criterion videos. He knows his stuff really well. But he has not seen. He's really, really knowledgeable on American cinema. And he watches international cinema too, of course. But because I'm in on some of these boutique labels like Deaf Crocodile and Radiance and some of this stuff, there are some international features that he hasn't seen that he's open, he's down, he's always down to watch whatever I want to show him. So yeah, I've shown him many things, and I want to show him more of that. I really want to watch. Both of us have only seen one film. I think we've only seen one film from Belatar, which was Satan Tango. We both got to see that in the theater. So I really want him to come over and watch Workmeister Harmonies with me, because that would be a first time watch for both of us. And he's kind of my Belatar guy, since we watched that for the first time together in the theater. But I think you said experience for the first time, like some of your favorite films. That is a crazy question, man. It's so open-ended. I'll have to think about that. Yeesh, that's tough. I'll think about it. But yeah, but it's happening all the time. Like I always have people over and show them stuff that I like, and vice versa. John will show me some films. What do we have here? And that's what we did. Like when I first met Grace, like when we were dating, like 2014, that's all we did. Was like show each other our favorite films from when we were growing up. And she had much better taste than me and showed me a lot of great stuff. Roland, disc rot, not dick rot. My bad, LOL. Yeah, please don't forget that S. Very important S. Carrie Witt, heads up for those into Lionsgate Limited. They updated the site design. They now list when the titles get close to selling out. Kill Bill 2 has like 60 copies left, FYI. That's awesome. That's great. That's what I love about Vinegar Syndrome, is they put a little counter there and show you when they're about to sell out. Because we got to prioritize stuff. There's so much stuff trying to take our money. So you got to buy the stuff that's about to go out of print. Kill Bill 2 already going out of print. Interesting. Hopefully the Third Man doesn't go out of print anytime soon, because I'm still holding out for the ability to be able to afford that crazy set, because I really like that 4K transfer and I want to get it again. Evil Wax, Criterion needs to get busy and send the email with a $10 off coupon so I can catch up with the backlog that has been building up since the last flash sale. Yes, just like we talked about earlier, there's a flash sale coming. Hopefully, it usually is here by now. Hopefully, it comes up pretty soon. Oh, and there it goes again. It jumps up. Let me find where I was. I really hate YouTube's chat. I don't know why it has to jump up like that. Baloney, the amazing colossal man, has been hacked into 3 different cuts. It needs to be reassembled into the original, and a deluxe version with all footage combined into one long cut. Oh, hey, wow. sounds like you need to be consulted when they do that release, because I didn't know any of that. That's really cool background information. Kevin House says, speaking of disc rot, my copy of 1935's David Copperfield, a WB release, stopped right in the middle when I was watching it with a friend. That sucks. I've never had anything, but I've only had Blu-rays. I don't have a lot of DVDs. So we'll see in like 10 years if all of my stuff just goes down the drain. But yeah, I haven't experienced that yet. But it's scary stuff. I mean, it's not permanent. We don't know how long these discs are going to last. So watch them while you can, I guess. That's a really like sad note to leave it on. Prisms. I picked up the Criterion DVD release of Armageddon, 1998. Bruce Willis film. Where on Earth is a 4K upscale? Come on, Disney. We need the director's cut re-released. Yeah. I mean, Criterion's lost the rights to that because of Disney. So I don't know if it's coming anytime soon. Disney sucks at releasing stuff. Oh, at Warbear, I have Nanook. It's interesting. Thought I saw somewhere recently of it getting released. Not sure by whom. Oh, I need to do a little research then. I didn't know. Oh, it is Flicker Alley. How crazy is that? Ethan Edwards says Nanook has a Flicker Alley Blu-ray. I got to pick up both of those because I'm not a Criterion like purist. Like if there's a better release from another, I'm fine getting it. And I've already got some. Like I've got some Indicator and Radiant stuff that crosses over. So yeah, I'll have to pick that up. Thanks so much, Ethan. I didn't even realize that. Maybe I'll check Hamilton Book. Will that make you happy? Internet user, my 4K of happiness just got in yesterday. Good. That's I don't know why I keep saying good. That is not a new catchphrase. That I don't know where that's coming from. Stop that. Let's see. Oh, John's seen 10 minutes of Workmeister Harmonies. Okay, well, maybe not that one then. Maybe I'll show you something else. There's a lot of like weird Czech movies that I want to show John, and a lot of animated stuff that I want to show John. I watched a great animated film from France last night, Gwen and the Book of Sand, another Deaf Crocodile release that they just sent me. It's amazing. It looks, it's so good. It's up there with Fantastic Planet, La Planète Sauvage, because it's another like French animated, like painted animated film, and it looks amazing. It's so good. Highly recommend that one. I'll be doing a review of that one soon. I just got to watch the other new one that they just put out. Let's see. What else are people saying? No Borders Workmeister is magnificent. I took a train to Baltimore to see the new 4K DCP. Oh, well, I got the 4K from Criterion, so that's the one I'll be watching. Bailey, with the flash sale, I wonder if now they might do it on the 25th, because I'd imagine many people could be interested in Night Moves because of Gene Hackman. It releases on the 25th. That's an interesting thought. That's interesting. I could see them maybe pushing it back to get to I don't want to say taking advantage of that thing, but just to, make that available for people. What else we got? No Borders Evil, excellent choices. I would add the 8 Mountains on Criterion and Past Lives, any number of places. Past Lives is one we didn't pick up. I still don't have that on disc. That was right before A24 started taking back the releases. I think that got was it a Lionsgate release or something? Just a standard Blu-ray. Didn't get a 4K release. Prisms, can I ask what source you use for the Colossal Man having... Oh, sorry. He's talking to someone else. I'll stay out of the conversation. Brer, I became a Criterion purist because of my desire to be a completist. Yeah, I can't do that. There's way too... I came to Criterion way too late. Like, there's so many spine numbers. I've just accepted that I'll never catch up. And also, I don't like owning stuff that... There's a couple Criterions that I've seen that I don't think I'll ever watch again. Maybe. But, I don't like owning movies that I know I'll never watch again. So I'm not a completist with Criterion. I couldn't be. It's... There's so many, and now they're putting out like 7 a month. Like I can never catch up. That's insane. Too much from Criterion. But I'll buy the ones I like. Baloney, I'm a Criterion fan from the Laserdisc years, and I hold on to them when I get reissues by other labels. I do this because of the extras. Yeah, I know there's several releases that have supplements that weren't transferred over. I hear that sometimes. Where in the world do you keep all those? You've got your Laserdiscs, your DVDs, and your Blu-rays and 4Ks. That is a massive Criterion collection. I need to see that. Send me some pictures or videos. Carrie Witt, DJ, rewatched Dark City last weekend, and I remembered I mentioned it to you. I am seconding this recommendation, seeing your affinity for noir and fantasy storytelling. Yeah, I want to see that. I've never seen... is that the third film from that director? I've seen his first film. I've seen his debut feature, which is like Gremlins of the Earth and Birds of the Sky, some really weird title, but I really enjoyed it. It was like this in a bottle movie, like takes place in a desert in like this little shack, and I loved it. And I wanted to go on because he did The Crow after that, and then he did Dark City, and I've heard great things about both of those. I haven't heard anything great about like any of his movies after that, but like his first 3 films I hear great things about, so I'd love to see that. I think Dark City's getting a 4K coming soon, is it not? I know Crow just got a 4K, which is in the Paramount sale, which is going on right now at Barnes & Noble, so maybe go grab that. Maybe I should pick that up. Maybe I should pick up The Crow and then Dark City later on. But thanks for the recommendation, Carrie. I have not seen that yet, but I've heard good things about it. I've heard more than I want to about it. I wish I was going in more blind because I know what it is, but I haven't. I think I'll still enjoy it. Roland, Criterion had a few Blu-ray titles with disc rot back in the day. Walkabout Paris, Texas, Ride with the Devil, Summer Hours, The Seventh Seal, Pierrot Le Fou, Monsoon Wedding, Howard's End, and Mondery Pop. Wow, I have some of those, but I probably have newer versions. I didn't realize they had a disc rot problem. It must have been on the DVDs. Oh no, he says Blu-ray. Interesting. I didn't know that. Thanks, Roland. Warbrer, I have every Criterion up to the last flash sale, including the box sets. Wow. Man, you guys should have YouTube channels. That's amazing. I need to see a video or at least a photo of your collection. Is it everywhere? Is it all over your house? How do you have, aren't there like 1,600 titles at this point? That's a lot. I mean, I guess I have that much behind me, but not just Criterion. Patrick Craig, I watched your room tour video. You asked about a Severin recommendation, and you need to get the Delicatessen 4K, same director as Amelie. I've actually been interested in Delicatessen for a while. That was on a list of like, isn't that kind of like folklore, like fairy tale-y? It was on a lot of lists of like fairy tale movies back in the day. I think it's like a horror movie, but no, that's been on my list for a while. I saw they just did a 4K recently. I'm also interested in the 2 folk horror box sets that they did. I just need to save up for those because those are really expensive. But yeah, that's the Severin stuff I like. I'm not a big like, I know they do a lot of crossover like with Vinegar Syndrome with like the trashy horror stuff, which doesn't usually appeal to me, but the folk horror stuff does. So I really want to get those 2 box sets at some point. They just announced volume 2 and it's also really expensive, but someday I want to get that. Michael Smith, Daisuke Beppu has every Criterion release. Oh yeah, Daisuke is awesome. I watch his stuff quite a bit. Some several times over, including all the laser discs. Yeah. Watch his complete collection video because he does go through every single title. And it is a massive string of videos, several videos going through that stuff. And it's great. If you ever need Criterion recommendations, he'll go through every single one with you. It's awesome. Love Daisuke. Let me scroll back up again. Prisms, hey Color, do you have the X-Men Dark Phoenix Steelbook? Beautiful art for a bad film, LOL. No, I do not. I do not own Dark Phoenix. Not even X-Men Dark Phoenix, just Dark Phoenix is the title. No, I don't. I gave up on the X-Men movies at a certain point. Oh, thank you, Dan's Dan. Spirit of the Air and it's Spirits of the Air and Gremlins of the something. Dan's Dan gave me half the title. But yeah, it's a crazy title. But yeah, it's from Proyas. And he's finally making another movie. Interesting. Hopefully he gets back on track because I know a lot of people haven't liked his stuff. Didn't he do like Gods of Egypt and some stuff like that? Marty, patiently waiting for Arrow to release a 4K of Dark City. Same with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is celebrating its 35th anniversary this month. Come on, Arrow. That's coming, right? Didn't we hear on like Twitter or something that they were recording some interviews for a boutique 4K release of Ninja Turtles? I think that's coming. I don't know if it's coming from Arrow, but it's coming from somewhere. VistaVision, was it Viavision? Viavision released like a Blu-ray of Ninja Turtles and the TMNT film, but they weren't like 4K, so hopefully that comes out soon. I don't know if it's going to be an imprint release. That would kind of suck. I could see them doing that though, because it's similar to like Super Mario Brothers. They could do a big box set for that. Probably another $100 box set, but hopefully it does come from Arrow. That would be a good match. I think that'd be fun. I'd like to get that one. I haven't shown that to my kids yet. It's still a little too dark for them, but someday. They like the TMNT, like 80s show. Some eight. Don't recognize that name. Welcome to the chat. We got a lot of people here. Thanks, you guys. This is we're at an hour already. Let's start wrapping this up so I can get back to editing a video and put that out for you guys soon. I have finally completed my Walt Disney Treasures DVD collection last month on February. It took me 5 years to do it. Could you make a full video on your Walt Disney Treasures collection? I could, and I should, but I haven't yet. But yeah, they're back there behind me. I can't ever remember which way it is. See all those right there? That's my treasures collection. I don't have all of them like you. I only have the animated stuff, like going back to Alice and the dang rabbit or something. What's his name? Oscar? Or what the heck is his name? Oswald, that's what it is. Oswald the rabbit, and then going up through like the Mickey Mouse stuff, the Donald stuff, the Goofy stuff, all the silly symphonies, and the Pluto, and there's like 4 volumes of Donald back there. I've got all the like the animated stuff, but they've done so many treasures. They've done like there's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of live action stuff that I don't have, but eventually. Maybe I'd like to pick that stuff up, but I was mainly focused on the animated stuff, so I did complete that collection. But yeah, I'd love to do a video on that at some point. There's so many videos that I want to do, but just never get around to doing. Not enough time in the week. You only get like 2 nights to shoot, Monday and Thursday. And if I can't get it done then, it has to wait till next week. Marty, I've got a few Criterion Blu-rays with Disc Rot, The Lady Vanishes, The Game, Stagecoach, and just to name a few. Wow, man, that sucks. This is a bigger problem than I knew. I don't hear people talk about that a lot. Patrick Craig, Delicatessen has a fairy tale vibe. It's like a post-apocalyptic horror fantasy and has a sense of humor. That sounds great. I might just go ahead and buy it off your recommendation because you've given me some great recommendations in the past. MG, get those Severin titles you want on their sale. When's their sale? Is it going on right now? Because maybe I will. I've been thinking about what I'm going to do this month. What I'm going to use my money on, and it's either getting the the umbrella releases of the fall and spring, summer, fall, winter, spring. I also want to get those 2 titles. Also, let me know if I should get, what is that umbrella release? I'm actually going to pull this up right now because I'm not going to be able to pull it up quick enough. But there's another umbrella release because I'm trying to push it up over the threshold to get free shipping because I don't want to pay $30 in shipping. It just hurts my soul to pay $30 just to get it shipped over here. So I'm trying to get 3 releases from Umbrella. I want those 2. I definitely got to pre-order The Fall. It's one of my favorite movies. And people have told me amazing things about spring, summer, fall, winter, and spring. So I definitely want to get those 2, the collector's editions of those 2. And there's one more I want to get, maybe. And I don't know if it's worth it. It's that stop motion animated film that was like started in the 80s and never got finished. And they finally finished it like last year, 2 years ago. They came back and like finished the stop motion. I don't think it's supposed to be a very good movie. I think it's kind of cheesy, but just the accomplishment of it, of like finishing a movie like 30 years later or 40 years maybe, is really cool. And I love stop motion. I want to support it. I just don't know if it's worth picking up for the full price from Umbrella. But I think it's still in print, and I might add that to my list, or to my cart, just to get it up over. If you guys have seen that, let me know. It's called like Primordials or something, like Primevals. I think it's called the Primevals. It's like about a Yeti that gets thawed out, and they go on like an old school adventure to find it. It seems fun, but I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have seen it. Haven't heard great things about it. Haven't heard anything about it except for like the news that it was coming out because it was such a big deal that it was finally coming out. Mark's movie menu. Looking forward to that home theater video. We'll look no longer because it's coming out. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it edited tonight. I don't know. That might be kind of pushing it, but hopefully it's definitely this week. Stay tuned. It'll be out this week for sure. MG, no, not right now. Severin sale, but they do several times a year. Okay, good. Well, I'm going to have to hop in and pick some of those up during the next sale, especially the box sets. Do they do like a 50% off sale or something? Because that would be perfect. Baloney, I have the complete Walt Disney Treasures and will never part with them. I bought them as they were originally released. They have great Easter eggs too. They do have Easter eggs. I found several of those on the disc. There's some shorts like on the Silly Symphonies disc that you can't even watch unless you find them, and you kind of have to do a little research to see where they are sometimes. Sometimes they're hidden pretty well. And also they have like some hidden Easter eggs with like Walt Disney talking directly, those old videos where he would talk directly to the screen talking about the shorts. So good. I love those. And I love those, and I'm never going to part with them either. I was not lucky, and I wasn't collecting when those were coming out like in the early 2000s. So you lucked out picking those up at like retail price, because I had to pay quite a bit to get some of those out of print ones. For some reason, the Donald volumes 3 and 4 were like outrageous, very expensive, but they're worth it because my kids watch them all the time. So I'm glad I shelled out the money for them. Severin has a big summer and Black Friday sale. Okay, I will be on the lookout for the summer sale. Patrick Craig, nice. I pre-ordered the fall and spring summer. I need to order 10 canoes from Umbrella still. Oh, interesting. I might have to look up 10 canoes. Umbrella doesn't put out too many things I'm interested in. They put out a lot of newer stuff. I noticed, like it's mostly 2000s and late and 2010s, some 90s stuff, like with and some 80s stuff here and there, but mostly newer stuff. But yeah, let me know if you've seen the Primevals, and I'll have to look up 10 canoes, or maybe let me know what 10 canoes is about if that's worth picking up. I just need that third one to put in my cart. Michael Smith, DJ, do you know about the Umbrella 15 code? Think it's only good once. No, I do not. Is that 15% off? Because I might have to do that. Thank you so much. Although then it might push me back under the threshold for free shipping. So I don't know if I want to do that. No Borders Umbrella ships right. Each of my limited editions was wrapped in bubble wrap. Oh yeah. I've never ordered from them, but I've ordered from Imprint, and they get it here. Like my Never Ending Story was in perfect condition. I had it wrapped up nice. So hopefully Umbrella does the same for me. Warbrer, DJ, what's the movie collecting group on Facebook that you've mentioned before? Is it a private group? Yeah, but you can just ask to be added, and they add you. It's not like you have to do anything. It's not just one group. I'm in several groups. Just go to the group section and type in like movies. And once you join one, it'll start recommending other ones. The first one I joined was just called the Criterion Collection. Home Video Boutique is a really good one. There's a lot of sales in there. People putting up stuff from all the boutique labels. I bought several things for really good prices. People put stuff in those groups for actual decent prices, not eBay prices, because it's straight to it's person to person. You just pay them on PayPal, and there's no like middleman eBay taking out a percentage, so you can get some better deals. There's like an Arrow Video one. There's an Indicator group. There's pretty much one for all the major. There's a Vincent group that I'm in, which is where I got a lot of my Deaf Crocodile out of print stuff. So yeah, I highly recommend those groups. I don't use Facebook for pretty much anything else, but those groups are nice. So even if you hate Facebook, I recommend those groups just to get in touch with some other collectors, and you can get some good deals on that stuff. Although I haven't found anything lately. SLC, Criterion, replace my Stagecoach, Bigger Than Life, and Vivra Savi disc rot Blu-rays. They're aware of the problem, and the replacement process was easy. Well, sweet. Well, that's really cool of them. I'm glad they do that. I need to get a replacement disc from them still for my 4K for Paper Moon, because it's got an issue on it. But yeah, they're really good. Their customer service is great. I haven't used it in a long time, but I need to do that. I also had a disc that was damaged in my Jacques Tati box set. My Playtime froze for a couple seconds, which was unfortunate. MG, if you want to get a cheaper version of Primevals, Full Moon has several versions. The Umbrella release is a co-Full Moon release. Okay, interesting. I really like the release that Umbrella did, but maybe I could just get a cheaper version just to have it in the collection. No Borders. I may have to break down and buy The Lionsgate, The Conversation, Hackman's Great Performance, and Coppola's Best Film. Oh, it's a nice release, isn't it? It's awesome. I haven't picked it up yet, but it's really nice. It looks really good. I don't know if there's just too much. Like someone mentioned before, boutiques, there's just too much. You've got to be very specific with your budget and pick the ones you like. Ooh, this is a great question. I don't know if I have a good answer, though, so I'm afraid to ask it. But maybe you guys can answer it in the chat. Prisms, any director's cuts you recommend? Films. I know a lot of R-rated horror, but anything more PG with a lost cut. You really like the lost cuts. I've heard Cinema Paradiso has a direct. Well, I know it has a director's cut because I have the 4K back there from Arrow. I haven't watched the director's. I've only seen the standard. I've only watched the longest cut of The New World from Terrence Malick. I don't know if I don't know if I should have, but that's the first one I watched. I would like to watch the theatrical cut. I think I'm going to rewatch that this year and show it to Grace, because I hope she likes it, because I loved it. and she's liked the other Malick films that we've watched together. But yeah, that I know that's debatable, which cut is the best on that. So I'm going to watch the theatrical and see which one. I loved just fully jumping into the deep end and watching the big 3-hour cut of that movie. But I know some people like the shorter version of that. Man, this is so hard to think of stuff like on the spot like this. This is why I have a lot of people in the chat to help me answer these questions. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's like some director's cuts that I'm not thinking of right now. But yeah, I don't know. You might be interested in, I don't know if you watch silent films, but I watched The Gold Rush recently, and that has a director's cut. It originally came out in 1925. It was re-released in 1942. It's trimmed down a little bit, and it's turned into a sound film instead of a silent film. So they cut out all the intertitles, and they added voiceover, recorded by the director himself, Charlie Chaplin, which is really cool. I actually really enjoyed the 42 version this year. I think it might be my preferred version. I know that might be blasphemy for some people, but I liked it quite a bit. I'm trying to think. Criterion does, if you just look on their site, you can probably find them. Criterion does a lot of this. They do a lot of like, this is the first time the original director's vision is on Blu-ray, and then they like release the original cut. So there's a lot of that stuff going on in boutique labels. I'm just having trouble thinking of it right now because it's late and I'm on the spot and I'm not good under pressure. Let's see. No Borders DJ, get the Raid or Pulse for third disc from Umbrella. A Pulse for third disc from Umbrella. Okay. I'm pretty sure the Raid is already out of print for the collector's edition. That seems like one that would sell out immediately, but I'll have to look up those other ones. Oh yes, No Borders says, or Les Yeux Sans Visage. That's Eyes Without a Face. I don't know if I want to get that or not. I still haven't watched it. I have the Criterion, and I don't know if I need that twice. I don't know how much I'm going to like that film. I meant to get to it last October, but I never did. But yeah, it's a cool set. It's a really cool set, and that's an option. That is a good option. Thank you for that. Let me know if do you think that's one that I need? You already said so, so I guess you do think so. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Baloney, what colorized black and white film would get your blood boiling in anger? It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. Stop. Don't ever watch the colorized version. It looks terrible. Watch the original. It's great. It's a perfect film. You don't need to change it. Didn't Amazon like edit the film? Didn't it edit out like the whole point of the film recently? Egregious. Unacceptable. Stop editing It's a Wonderful Life. It's a perfect film. Leave it black and white. I haven't seen any colorized films, actually. I don't like it. I don't like the look of it. It's impressive that they're able to do that, but you don't need to. Black and white films look amazing. MG, Via Vision imprint is hit and miss on their shipping. They went all out on Your Never-Ending Story because it was so expensive. I have received damaged and currently doing a bank dispute for... Ooh, sorry, man. That sucks. Yeah, you don't want to pay $30 for shipping and get it shipped all the way over here and it's damaged. That sucks. And it's so hard to ship it back because it's so far away and it takes forever to get here. That sucks. I hate that for you, man. Oh, thanks, Ethan. Ethan says, if you ever want to know if a Criterion disc is bad, they turn from silver to a dark bronze color. I had one. That's good to know. Thanks, man. Just picked up Inglourious Bastards 4K from Walmart for $20. Wow. Oh, standard though. Standard. They had the Arrow video release at your Walmart. That's amazing. I didn't even know they sold Arrow. That's awesome. Blade Runner is a good director's cut, says Evil Wax. Touch of Evil alt cut is a good one. I really want to get Touch of Evil. I'm holding out for the Eureka release of Touch of Evil. Is the alternate cut on that one? Because that's the one I'm trying to get. Which reminds me, because there's another Eureka release that I'm trying to track down. Quite On has that's another one that like was never released. It was like released once, or it was trimmed down, and then I'm getting like blurry. I don't know what's happening. Sorry guys. I don't know why I'm going glitchy like that. But yeah, Quite On was trimmed down, and then they finally restored the full like 3-hour cut when Criterion released it. That's amazing. Great movie. I love Qui-Gon. Internet User of the New World was the first Criterion I bought. It was at a flea market, and it was only $1. Whoa! Was it the Blu-ray, Digipack, and everything? That's amazing. Gotta love flea markets. Marty, I'm probably in the minority, but I dislike the director's cuts of Aliens and Alien. Prefer the theatrical cuts. Oh yeah. Well, there you go. I don't know. I don't actually hear a lot about that one. I hear about Blade Runner a lot more than those two. Whoa. I lost you guys again. Warbrer, I like the recent Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid with its 4 versions. Oh, wow, you watched all 4 versions. That's awesome. That might be one I need to pick up soon. I still haven't got that one. But I didn't know. I actually did hear it had several versions. John was telling me about that. Another one that like finally released the original cut. MG, I just picked up the Raid Collector's Edition from Umbrella like a week ago. It was still in print. Okay, good. Okay, well then it is still in print. I need to grab that one. Ethan says, what's weird is the 4K of It's a Wonderful Life comes with a colored version on Blu-ray. Yeah, they just pop that in there. They just feel like they need to throw it in for people. I don't know why. Kevin says I despise colorized versions of... Yeah, it just looks weird. It's all like shiny and it looks like a Pokemon card. It looks weird. It doesn't... I mean, it's like I said, it's impressive, but it just... I don't like it. I don't like the look. DJ, I love Eyes Without a Face. Alida Valli from Third Man is in it. Oh, interesting. And the actress who plays the daughter reprises her role in Leo Carra's Magnificent Holy Motors. Wow, okay. I didn't realize the crossover with Third Man. Actually, that makes me want to check it out even more. It is going to be on my October list this year, and I'm definitely going to finally see it. Maybe I should just go ahead and pick up... those editions are so expensive. They're like $55, which is... It's tough. That's why I can justify it if it's like a film that I really, really love, but I don't want to blind buy something, which is scary. I'm already blind buying spring, summer, and et al. But I think I'm really going to like that one. I'm taking a chance on that one. Evil Wax, I have the Kino 4K of Touch of Evil, and it has all 3 versions of the film. Stunning transfer on 4K. Ethan, watch The Wild Bunch and Ride the High Country before Pat Garrett. Okay, maybe I'll put that one off a little bit. That's what's great about Criterion is they never go out of print. Rarely go out of print, so you can just wait on those. But Loney, you have 2 copies of Red River. What's the difference between them? No difference. They're the same thing. I just already owned it, and then I did a video a long time ago about a friend of mine who passed away, and I ended up inheriting a lot of his collection, not all of his collection, and he had Red River. So I already owned it, and then I just got that one. That one's kind of claimed, though, because I already have someone who wants to buy it from me. Actually, Connor, friend of the channel, his twin brother Spencer really, really likes that movie and wants to buy it from me. So I'm going to sell that one to him. I just have 2 copies. I don't need 2 copies. There's no difference. It's the same exact thing. I just got to get rid of one of those. Jeffrey Patron. Okay, we're slowing. Okay, the chat is slowing down. So I think that means it's time to open the box, see what's in the box. But there are a couple things here. Jeffrey says, I'd only get a colorized version of a film I don't like much. And an internet user, I wonder if Eyes Without a Face will get a 4K in the States. Yeah, see, that would suck if I bought like this big expensive Umbrella edition and then we get a 4K right after, which would, my luck, probably would happen. Sorry, I'm reaching under the counter here, the desk, to get my knife. Hopefully that doesn't get me demonetized for whipping out a weapon on screen. But I'm going to open this box, and I'm going to keep it this way so nobody sees my address. Let's go ahead and open this up. Let's see this. This is, and maybe a stupid purchase. I'm okay with it. But this is an out-of-print Vinegar Syndrome release that I think you can still get the standard of. But I loved this movie, and I've been wanting to get it all winter ever since even before I saw it. I heard great things about it, and I wanted to get it. It was one of those Vincent releases like Santa Claus Conquers the Martians that went out of print like immediately. And most of you probably already know what it is. It's a winter movie. It's an incredibly unique film. Haven't seen anything like it. Watched it recently, and I finally found it for a good price. You're not going to find this on eBay for less than $100. Like this standard is like $90, $100. I swooped in. There was, for some reason, oh, there it is. There it is. For some reason, there was an auction that nobody saw. Only one other person saw it, and I swooped in. I still paid, $20 more than it was original price, but I did not pay $100, which was amazing. And I'm so happy to have this. Beautiful artwork on this. Looks amazing. This is a brand new film from it's a very weird production. It was 2022 it came out, but it didn't come to, look at this here. It's in bubble wrap, safely packaged here. It came out in 2022, I think, originally, but it didn't get a wide release until last year. And it was jumping around from different theaters, I think. I'm not gonna be able to get this open. He's got it taped so tightly here. But yeah, this was one that I've seen several people talk about on YouTube. A lot of people only have the standard because it is, like I said, really hard to get your hands on. But here it is. Oh, it's so nice. And it's still sealed. Oh, should I open? I might have to open it up on camera. Hundreds of beavers. Look at that. Look at that. What a nice Vinegar Syndrome release. Here it is. If you haven't seen this movie, go see it. I think it's streaming. I think you can watch it streaming, which is probably stupid that I bought it, but I really wanted to have a physical copy of this. I wanted to get it before we did our top 10 winter movies because I wanted to put it on my list. And I didn't want to talk about stuff in that video that I didn't have on physical. I'm so excited. Here it is. It's a full wraparound artwork. If you don't know what this is like an ode to silent cinema. It's like a Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin film mixed with a video game premise. Like if you ever played Oregon Trail, I played the crap out of Oregon Trail in computer class back when computer was just in one class. That's how old I am. Well, not that old, but back when we didn't have computers except for in one class, we looked forward to the end of the class when we would play Oregon Trail. And that's kind of what this is. It takes place entirely in the wilderness outside in the snow. And it's one guy on a green screen for a lot of it, but it's done so well. It's like a live action cartoon. It's part Looney Tunes, part Buster Keaton, part Oregon Trail. That's what I would call it if I had to do a review of it. And it's just this one guy. There's a little bit of a romance in there. He's trying to win this girl's hand in marriage, but her dad is like a fur trader. He has like this little shop that looks like the Oregon Trail shop where you would go buy stuff from, and he has to kill 100 beavers. I can't even explain this movie. It's crazy. It's such a weird movie, but it's endlessly creative. Like every scene just like trumps the last scene. It gets so insane. There are guys in giant beaver costumes running around. There's all these interesting visual effects that look cartoony, kind of like look green screeny, but it's done in such a clever, fun way that you don't even care. I was never taken out. Like I was in it. I don't think Grace was with me. I actually showed her this. I didn't know anything. I didn't know much about it. So we went into it blind, and I don't think she was prepared, and she had no idea what I was showing her. But this is from Cartoona, which is a Vincent label that does animation stuff. That's where Nuts also came from. There's only a few. It's a very new sub-label from Vincent, but I am so happy that I have this. Maybe it's dumb to pay 20 extra, I don't know a little bit more than it was worth. But it's just such a special movie, such a unique movie, and I really wanted to have it in the collection. And it was a special time that I saw it right before we did that. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Just because we made it this far into the video, and I'm not going to sell this. I'm going to keep it. So let me open it up. I'll see what you guys are saying as I open this up. But yeah. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to finally have this. Let me scroll back up. See where we were. Dan's Den, Hundreds of Beavers, a great video game movie. It is. It is. And it's not like, I feel like these are the best video game movies. You know, like Wreck-It Ralph and this, like stuff that's not an adaptation. That's the best way to do a video game movie. Adaptations never work. But this was great. I love this a lot. Oh, interesting. Ethan Edwards' Lake Michigan Monster was written by the Beaver guy. You should check it out. I absolutely should, because I love this guy's stuff. He didn't direct it. He just wrote it. Is that what you're saying? Oh, look at that. Look at that. There's the cover. There's the disc art with the Sherlock Holmes Beaver, who shows up several times. There's a second disc right there. Disc 1 and Disc 2, both Blu-rays, which means there's a lot of supplements on here. 10 plus hours of bonus features, VFX breakdown, 3 audio commentaries, lyric video, deleted scenes, sound design breakdown, interviews, commercials, promos. This is awesome. This is so cool. Also has a booklet. I'm a sucker for some limited edition booklets. Got some photos right there. Look at all this. Look at all this. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize they did this whole campaign of like parodying famous movie. There's hundred. Wow, there's RoboCop, there's Ghostbusters, there's Fight Club, there's Fellowship of the Ring, Monty Python. Wow, most of this is these posters. I didn't know they did all this. That's awesome. There's a Fargo one. This is very cool. I love it. So happy to have this. I'm gonna put this back in here before I lose track of where I am. Roland, Hundreds of Beavers has a wooden case edition that looks neat. Yeah, I've seen that edition. That one is even more insane. That was like super limited, and it's up to like $300 on eBay. So I just never going to get that version, but I was happy with the Vincent version. Carrie Witt, oh, color me interested. What in the beaver tail is Hundreds of Beavers? Well, I just told you. And I can't even explain it well, but it's super unique. I highly recommend it. One of a kind movie. Never seen anything like it. Ward Brer. It's a bit live action cartoonish. It is. It definitely is. It's great. Oh, I didn't even notice. You do have Brer Rabbit as your character image there. That's great. Henry Bidencap. I love Guy Madden's imaginative use of silent film. Yeah, it was like, this was a perfect film for me. It felt like it was made for me. I loved it. And it does definitely feel like a Buster Keaton movie. Marty, E.T. with the removed guns and CGI E.T. hasn't been available on physical media since 2002 on DVD, and I don't believe was ever available on Blu, and definitely not on 4K. E.T. on 4K is the original. Okay, that's good. I don't know, maybe there's someone out there who wants that weird edited version, though. Evil Wax, yeah, Guy Madden's stuff is so bizarre, really creative. Yes, it absolutely is. And I didn't know he did more stuff. I thought this was his first movie. Maybe this is his first directed movie. I don't know. I need to look more into it, but I can't wait to rewatch this. And speaking of, this is one I want to have people over to show. It's one of those movies that you gotta watch their reaction to it, like House or Santa Sangre. Those are movies that I've shown people in person because I love doing that. I showed John and Evan Santa Sangre for the first time. I got to show Evan House for the first time. It was great. Baloney, was your box from Pandora? What? Was my box from Pandora? No, it was not. Hopefully you didn't see my address there. Ethan Edwards, yes, he co-wrote Lake Michigan Monster. Arrow put it out, similarly goofy. Oh, sweet. I'll have to look it up. An Arrow release for me. Imagine that. That doesn't happen very often. Some 8. Why does Gone with the Wind not have a 4K yet? It is being announced. Is it being announced soon? I think the movie should be split into 2 discs to preserve the quality of the movie given its length. Yeah, I have no idea if it's getting announced soon. I'm sure. I actually have no idea if it's like because of controversy or whatever is going on with that. I don't know. I know that there was a Capra film that has a similar controversial opinions about it. And Connor was telling me, because Connor watched through the entire Frank Capra box set last month. He watched through the whole thing. And he said there was one film that they restored and it's available digitally, but they didn't put it in the set. And he thinks it's probably because of that controversy. So I don't know if it's a similar thing for Gone with the Wind or not, but yeah, it's like the last big giant, or one of the last big epic classics that we still don't have a 4K for. Finally got Amadeus though. People are excited about that one. I worry Gone with the Wind is getting similar Song of the South treatment by the powers that be. Maybe not that bad, but enough to cause it for being delayed. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. Ward Brer, speaking of, the Star Wars trilogy in their original form is the most blatant non-releases of the current era. If Disney was in the business of making money with no strings attached, they'd release them. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they're just keeping that in their back pocket for a rainy day. I have no idea. But that would be cool. Like in a perfect world, we could get an Arrow, like big chunky limited edition box set of the original Star Wars films. That would be awesome. But it's never going to happen. But it would be really cool. Anyway, we are right at an hour and a half. I'm going to wrap it up. It was a great show. We did a little unboxing. Probably not as exciting for most people as they were expecting, but I am very excited about this. But yeah, it's not the biggest movie. A lot of people haven't seen it. I highly recommend it. It is available on streaming. Go watch it. And if you don't like it, sorry. But I really liked it, and I can't wait to watch it. I had a good time talking movies with you this week. We'll have a lot of bigger releases next week. Let's see, March 18th. Yeah, we got Deep Blue Sea, Godzilla vs. Biollante, The Penguin getting a 4K release, Moana 2, and most excited for me, Woman of Paris from 1923, the Charlie Chaplin film coming to the Criterion Collection. Got to get that. That's definitely going to be a pickup in the flash sale for me. A lot of other stuff coming out next week. We'll talk about it next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell your friends. And in the meantime, this week I'm going to try to get out as many videos as I can. Thank you guys, as always, for your great comments and questions in the chat. And until next time, keep collecting. and I'll be back with another one real soon.